Welcome back to Meet Me in the Movies.
Tim,
Greg
can
was
we get another intern in here? This was scary.
a little concerned about Derek's dancing back there, or if you want to call it that. Tim's not sure if that's what he's calling it, but
I'm not sure.
but
I'd
you know
call it
he's
that.
moving and he's enjoying himself, and that's what matters. And you're right, the theme
Unlike
song
the
is
viewers.
catchy.
Yeah.
Well,
Unlike the viewers, yeah.
That's right. The name of that series that we were talking about before the break from HBO.
The Newsroom. The Newsroom.
The Newsroom.
On HBO.
On for 3 seasons.
And I think you can see it on Amazon Prime now.
I think so too, and it's rewatchable.
Oh, yeah.
I've watched it all the way through at least 3 times, and just Aaron Sorkin is brilliant from a writing standpoint. I mean, anything he writes, I want to see.
Oh, yeah. You
I wanna
interviewed
see
him
it.
once, didn't you?
I did. I interviewed him right before The West Wing. You didn't know that?
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah, it was actually right when The West Wing was launching. It was right after the premiere episode.
20 years ago, I'll bet.
Golly, I guess so.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess it was. But there was a satellite, it really was a satellite link interview at some center, and he had the whole cast, and I got to interview him. And Bradley Whitford was there, a much younger self.
He's
and,
coming back in
and
a
he
good
is.
way. I like
He
him.
is busy.
Handmaid's Tale kind of revived him a little bit.
Yeah, and he's on another brand new series as well. So
Yeah.
anyway, The Newsroom, if you get a chance to check that out, we highly recommend that. Well, let's talk about The King of Comedy. This movie is another review from the vault. Robert De Niro in this Scorsese film. And it deals with celebrity, it deals with madness, and it deals with celebrity stalkers as well. You had Sandra Bernhardt, who got she actually got an acting award for this from one of those critics circles, and she had a solid performance of somebody that was kind of out there as well. Let me get your thoughts at seeing this movie. That's also it's a different paced film. Not a lot of soundtrack to this as well.
Yeah.
Robbie Robertson from The Band was the music supervisor, and they used music sparingly, and it was actually songs with lyrics that were used throughout, but not a ton.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's basically a dark comedy, satire, parody, whatever you want to call it. And it's just following this crazy fan who just thinks of Jerry Langford.
Played by Jerry Lewis.
Yeah,
Right,
yeah. So
right.
he's a huge fan of this late night comedian, and he thinks he's going to be the next king of comedy. And he does everything relentlessly to try to get his name out there, and even, you know, probably breaking a few laws here and there. But the thing is, he's
One way to put it.
He's not quite violent. He's just crazy, and he's like, I think Scorsese described him as a lovable sociopath.
Yeah.
Where like you're sympathizing with his character because he doesn't really have any friends. He's just wants to, you know, live out his dream.
And it's kind of like Howard Wolowitz from The Big Bang Theory. You know, he's you know, you hear him yelling back and forth to his mom. You never see the mom, and I really did kept going. Okay, yes, that's where Big Bang maybe got this.
And the mom was actually voiced by Scorsese's wife, I believe.
Really?
Either wife or mother.
Yeah. It's you know, it's a different kind of film. You know, as where Network had many layers. This one it's really kind of singularly layered.
Yeah.
Because you see early on that this guy played by Robert De Niro, Rupert Pupkin, is not all there. And he's got he's got a few issues that he's having to deal with. I mean, the basement is set up as if it's a comedy studio. He's got like chairs, and he's got
cardboard
cutouts of Liza Minnelli, and you know, and it really was, I think, based on probably the Johnny Carson style show, or Jack Paar
Jerry Lewis's
style.
character was definitely based on Carson. In fact, the film and the story depicted in the film really frightened Carson. He upped his security detail and during that time because he thought, you know, that could happen.
Yeah, and you really got this sense of just how, you know, we see it all the time today with celebrities being stalked.
Right.
And now it's a whole lot easier to find out where they are.
Yeah.
Because people are posting pictures of them almost in real time.
Yeah.
Then you had to kind of stake out where they were. And it was a fascinating film to watch.
Surprisingly, this wasn't nominated for any Oscars, but I'm really surprised it didn't get a screenplay nomination, or even De Niro didn't get a nomination.
Yeah, I'm surprised too.
It's just incredibly well written.
Yeah, released in '82, and you know, you really you saw a lot of scenes happening there in New York, and we were talking about it. You know, wonder how much of this was organic, or they just kind of went out with the camera and shot things.
Yeah.
I'd love to go back and research that, but it was again wonderful to see a film again like this that I remember seeing much earlier in my life.
Yeah.
What rating would you give King of Comedy?
Solid 8.
Yeah. For me, a solid A as well. The pacing is a lot different, and the style this was shot's a lot different. Scorsese actually has a cameo as the director of the show in this movie as well, called The King of Comedy.
It's a different kind of film for Scorsese.
It is.
And you know, as good as De Niro is in it, Jerry Lewis was very strong in that,
Yeah,
very
he really
powerful.
was. He really
and
was.
an unusual dramatic role for him too.
Yeah, I agree, and it's something worth watching, especially. And this was a movie that kind of inspired The Joker. That we're going to be talking about next week, and it's one of those that looks at celebrity, it looks at madness, and even De Niro shows up in The Joker, playing the talk show host.
De Niro is going to be basically the Jerry Lewis character in this. So it's going to be really intriguing to see that parallel.
Interesting to see that. That's a review from the vault. I could have that review from the vault for The King of Comedy. Well, let's go.